Welcome, Boss Agents. This is the Boss Agent Podcast with your hosts, Matt
Hey, everyone.
and Rich. So, we love prospecting, and one of my favorite ways to prospect was using Zillow for their for sale by owner phone numbers that they used to publish. So, we're announcing pretty big news. Zillow is no longer providing those for sale by owner phone numbers to the public. It's a huge development in the real estate world, I would say.
Yeah, we actually just looked it up, too. It went on a for sale by owner in our area, and the only option you have is to press contact agent, and that's a huge deal for not only realtors, but also just the general public.
Yeah. And the way that I actually figured this out was I have a client who sent me a link and said, "Hey, I want to look at this. I see it's not on the market. It's for sale by owner. Can you please call the seller and set up a showing over the weekend?" And I couldn't do it. I could not get in contact with them. So what that means for the general public, well, a lot. First of all, sellers who want to go for sale by owner on Zillow are likely going to have to pay a commission still, and they're likely going to have to deal with a real estate agent. However, and this isn't in my notes, I'm just thinking of it right off the top of my head. However, that real estate agent isn't going to represent them. That real estate agent is going to represent the buyer. So it even puts for sale by owners, not only now are they not going to have buyers calling them directly from Zillow, which is a disadvantage of going for sale by owner on Zillow, but now all of their buyers who come from Zillow are going to be represented. So not only, again, that's a really big distinction to make. Not only are they not going to get the calls directly, so they're still going to have to pay a commission, but they're going to have to pay a commission of an agent who's working against them, not for them. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's assuming, though, that the buyer doesn't cover that commission.
I'm sorry. The buyer can cover that commission. It's still, the seller's still paying it. The buyer's going to consider that in the offer price.
Oh, absolutely.
It's still paid by the seller.
Yes.
Even if on the paperwork it says buyer paying the commission, then the buyer's agent's just going to negotiate a lower purchase price.
Yeah, and because we looked it up, too, in general, the NAR came out with some stats from 2018 saying that, like, of all the home buyers that they interviewed and stuff, 74% of them use the internet frequently, and the rest of that percentage was somewhat.
Right. So basically, everybody uses the internet.
Pretty much everyone is using the internet to find houses for sale, not just using agents, and that's kind of to be expected considering what we're using the internet for these days, anyway. So that's a huge deal. That the fact that that number is not posted at all.
Right. It's a big deal. And I'm sure they're doing it. I'm assuming that the premier agents asked to be a filter, or that some of their top producing premier agents, in a survey or something. I know it's to cater to the premier agents. I know that it's to monetize those for sale by owners.
It's to sell leads.
Right. Well, because, essentially the for sale by owners were getting like a free ride. Like, they didn't have to pay anything. They didn't have to do anything. Their number could just be posted on one of the most popular, if not the most popular websites for buying homes for free, for nothing. And so I think it was just a matter of time before this happened.
Yes. 100%. So
yeah, it's to sell leads. I wonder, now, I don't know, there's no fact based on this. I wonder if Zillow is going to use those leads as like listing leads to their premier agents.
Yeah, we'll find out. Because
right now Zillow just primarily provides buyer leads. But I wonder if they're going to say, if your premier agent is zip code, you get the for sale by owner. You're the only agent that gets the for sale by owner number. I don't know. We'll see. So for the public, buyers are still going to use agents. Buyers like agents. They just do. Especially first-time home buyers. Very often, I have been called in multiple times just this year in 2020. I have been called in by a buyer who wanted to buy a property off market. It happens all the time.
Yes, absolutely.
So
happens with us too. So yeah, the reality is they're still going to use agents anyway.
Yep. Because it's intimidating.
Yes.
And it should be. I mean, if you have a home that's target housing, so it's got an NMS and it's got all the other legal mumbo jumbo with it, with the real estate condition report and all that stuff. How thick is a packet? A packet's 30 some pages, 40 pages long. Most buyers are not going to want to do that without representation.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So we got to also talk about then, what does that mean for the real estate agent? that the numbers are not posted at all.
Yeah. What does it mean for you guys?
Yeah,
For our listeners.
in general, that is probably a good thing for real estate agents because now, whether they're getting the leads or not, or if they already have their buyers, they can't contact that person directly through Zillow anymore.
Yep. How many times have you had a buyer who just said, "Oh, I called the person on Zillow and set up an appointment"?
Oh yeah, tons of times, all the time.
It used to happen all the time.
Used to happen all the time.
It's a really good thing, I think, for real estate agents. I think that it made you, the listing agent, competing against a seller themselves. Seller saying, "I'll just list it on Zillow." I think it made you competing against them a lot easier because you're still gonna have to pay a commission. It's just that person's not even gonna work for you now.
Mm-hmm.
It made it a lot easier, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that too, 100%.
And if you're on that listing appointment, show them this. Open Zillow, go to a for sale by owner, and say, "Look, you literally cannot contact this person. You cannot contact it."
Yeah, handling that objection right away.
It's super easy to handle that objection. And then also, you can fight that on your listing appointment. You can say, "So not only am I going to put your property on Zillow, of course, but I'm also going to put it on every other website in the world." So it became a lot easier to handle that, I think, which is great. Again, I think it's a good thing for real estate agents.
Absolutely it is. And in general, you can still convert the for sale by owners. There's sites like White Pages Premium or Spokio where you can still look up a phone number for that for sale by owner.
They are paid services.
Right, they're paid services, so you do have to subscribe to that.
But they're paid services your buyers are not going to pay for.
Exactly.
So they're paid services that the average home buyer is not going to pay for.
Yes.
So if you don't want to become a Zillow Premier agent, which, again, earlier in the video, I don't know how it's going to shake out. I'm not a Zillow Premier agent myself. I don't know if the Zillow Premier agents are going to get the FSBO numbers, but let's just say that they do. And in this instance, you are not a Zillow Premier agent. Just use Spokio or White Pages Premium or another service that lets you look up phone numbers. You'll still be able to convert them.
Exactly.
So, and when you call them, when you call them, at qualify, hey, how many calls are we getting? How many buyers have called you, et cetera, et cetera. You can tell them, hey, your phone number is not posted publicly on Zillow. Go log out of your account or use your friend's phone and try to look at your Zillow listing, and say, hey, look, it's not public. You have to contact an agent. That's why buyers haven't been calling you.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, huge news for the entire public and realtors. Zillow not posting those numbers for sale by owner. That's huge.
Yeah. I want to be clear, super clear. I think it's a good thing for real estate agents, especially if you are a motivated boss agent who's going to go out there and look up the for sale by owners and call them from Spokio or White Pages Premium or whatever.
That's right. One more way to prospect.
Yep. That one more way to prospect that lazy agents aren't going to do.
Yes, exactly.
So, I think it's a great thing.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thanks for tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and share this video. Also subscribe and hit that bell. We post every week.
Yeah. Also, please tell us your thoughts. Like, what do you think about this? That's something we want to know. We want to know what, as an agent, tell us about yourself. How long you've been doing it? And do you use Zillow to prospect? Are you a Premier agent? What do you think about this? Let us know.
So, yeah, that'd be great. All right. Thanks for watching.